And welcome back to Average Joe's. Yes, I know it's been a while, but I'm Jake, and my guest is
Steven.
But he might as well be a fucking co-host. You're on so many fucking times.
I know, right? Been away.
We actually have a archived episode that actually accidentally deleted that we never got to upload. So
I think I know the one.
yeah, it's a missing episode, so you'll never see it because I don't have it anymore. So.
What was I gonna say? I
I
haven't seen you all year,
You have not seen me all year.
which is a long time.
It is. Normally we see each other how many times
month.
a week?
Yeah, about once a month.
It's weekly. It's
Yeah,
twice a month.
Since I've been at school.
Yeah.
Since I've been at school, it's like once a month or once a month and a half, and I've just stayed at school for a while.
Well, this is actually the first podcast we're doing this year.
Really?
Yeah, we haven't
Wow.
done any this year because with the new job change and everything. I got a new job. It's whatever. I love it. It's great. It's amazing. But I got a new job because my old job wasn't treating me the way that I feel like I deserve to be treated after 4 years of service in that place. Which I feel like when you hire people the same price you're paying me, a little bit pissed. Asked for a raise, didn't get one, so I moved on. So now I'm at my new job. They paid me more than what I'm making starting off, so I only go up from here. So
Fair enough.
yeah.
So, did you ever say what you were doing? You got a sweet job, and I just want to reinforce.
I do got a sweet job.
I'm in a truck all day, which is nice.
I'm in a truck in my car.
Oh, you're in a personal.
Yes, I'm
Okay,
in my personal vehicle.
That's probably more comfortable.
Yes, it's great. Yeah, I'd go to job sites and I look at the stormwater controls and just a bunch of stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. I just write up what's wrong with it, and if it's nothing wrong with the site, then I sign off everything that's been fixed, and so on and so forth, and then put it in. Normally I get off around probably like no later than 2 o'clock, but I'm on salary, so I get paid for a full day.
Potentially, you do end up doing a lot of. You make a good bit of that up during a rainy season.
Yeah, when it rains, every time it rains over an inch, I have to go back to do an ARE, which is an after rain event, and then after that, I got to go look at the site, make sure the basins aren't filled with water, make sure there hasn't been any reels or gullies cut through from the rainwater, like making sediment go everywhere off site and everything. That's literally all we do on the rain event. So it's not even a full inspection.
So
it's just go look through the site, make sure nothing catastrophic happened, and then write it up and leave.
So me and my mom are building a patio with pavers. Not the only ones in the house.
No.
Me and my mom are building a patio with pavers this summer.
Okay.
And the problem is our yard is flat. So drainage is
a bitch.
Drainage isn't a thing, and you can't really go from like a low place to a lower place and take water off anywhere.
Well, you can.
You kind of can, but like we have maybe 3 inches from the highest part of our yard to the lowest part, and we're on 2 acres. And that's across the whole property.
Yeah.
Not including the ditch in the front yard.
Well, you could.
Anyways,
you could dig a drainage ditch.
I offered to do that, but the problem is there's if you look at where our concrete pads are.
Yeah.
And where our driveway is, which I can go through a driveway. I can take slate out and put slate back on top of it.
Yeah,
run it.
It would be a suboptimal drainage ditch.
Yeah, I mean, because you can drain into gravel, but
you can,
and then it'll run through it, through what they cut in.
Which is actually what we do a lot.
Yeah.
We do a lot of gravel. That counts as a form of filtration because if sediment or if water's going to go off site at all, it has to go through at least one form of filtration. That's the law in North Carolina.
It's called a French ditch, is what I've heard it called.
A French ditch.
Yeah, and you can use them for like if you have like a long-term campsite,
mm-hmm.
you can people set those up for gray water disposal.
Yeah, it's great. Like gravel is one of the best things that we can use. So
anyways, the point is we're building a pad on this really low land.
Yeah.
And we may, if you know anything real about filtration, we may have, or drainage, we may have you come out and see if you can help us figure out how to get water off our backyard.
Well, it's you might have to bring more dirt in. That's literally the only other option you have. When it's such a slight slope,
Yeah, there's
The only thing you do is dig into the ground and have not a full PVC pipe or something like that, a half cone kind of going underneath the ground, kind of directing sediment, dirt, water one direction.
I mean, if you go to Lowe's, they have all the way up to like the 12-inch diameter.
Why don't you build a deck, and just raise it?
Okay, here's the thing with the decks. You know our backyard, right?
Yeah.
We already built one floating deck.
Yeah.
On the backyard, you've seen it.
When? Are you talking about the one at the back of your house? Because that's the only one I've seen.
No, we have a deck and then we have a floating deck.
The only one I've seen is the one on the back of the house.
So we built a floating deck last summer, and this summer she wants to build another deck. But I said it's going to look like a shotgun of decks across the backyard. Like it's going to be too much. So
you got too much decks.
There's going to be too many decks. So we're going to expand one of the beds, and we have 2 trees and 2 different beds. Mm-hmm. We want to make that one big bed, and it's just like I said, we have to put it there. If she wants to put a deck in it, I want to put a patio because I think it's going to look splotchy almost.
If it's near the other deck, I don't think it'll be.
It's not going to be near the other deck.
Then it'll look splotchy.
There's one on this side of the yard.
Yeah.
One on this side of the yard.
Wait, where? Is it inside the fence?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
It's inside the fence?
We're going to have 2 floating decks on the inside of the fence.
No.
And the deck off the back of the house.
No, you can't do that.
That's what I was saying. It looks like...
no.
And not only that, we have a in-ground deck off of another building.
Well, instead of going to your driveway, how about you just build like what they do for driveways? Build a underpass.
No, that's kind of what I was saying. Is I might put some drainage in the backyard, trench it out,
just do that,
and run it. That's what I was saying. I want to run it into the driveway.
Just go past the driveway, avoid all that, because just water going underneath the ground is gonna pull up sediment to the driveway, and it's gonna become so much more worse.
I see.
So if you go completely under the driveway, dig deep enough to go under the driveway, so you start at like a 2% decline.
Okay.
And then under the driveway, you just get it because that 2% might go far enough underneath the ground where sediment won't rise once the water hits it and floats it up to the top. Because that's like the one thing that they worry about on job sites is sediment coming up when it starts raining.
I see.
So that's why they have rock baffles. They've got baffles in the basins to slow down the sediment and make it drop to the bottom where the water is, and water floats on top of it. So it becomes like its own like floor. It becomes its own new floor and reinforced and everything. So I would just recommend just slow incline right past the driveway into the grass because grass can disperse it more. It has more room to move and dirt. Because you put it in gravel, it's going to bring more sediment up.
What's preventing the yard from evening out and what turns into a pond in the backyard?
Yeah, and that would help.
We have about, honestly, it's like 30 feet out. Mm-hmm. In the worst rain, floods, 30 feet by probably 50 feet.
So what I would do with what you're telling me is basically that entire pad that you're trying to make, you have to put riprap underneath, which is what they use for overflow basins. So they put like this side cave. They cave inside of the basin. So the basin is basically what holds most of the water.
Okay. Where
the water goes in and it's filtered through 3 different sets to try to drop the sediment down before it gets off site, and then it has an outfall pipe where the water goes into that, and then there's a rock baffle, and then there's a riprap underneath that which grabs sediment.
Okay.
So if you put that underneath your entire patio thing that you're trying to make and direct it, like just a slope, 2%, no more than 2% because you're going to notice it with your eyes if it's more than 2%. 2% slope going towards your drainage and have every rain that hits that spot, because it's going to go through the rock. It's going to go through your little patio setup that you're trying to do. You want it to. But with the riprap, it's going to grab all that, pull it down to where you're wanting it to drain, have it hit that one spot, and then just flow underneath the driveway and on the other side of the grass.
Okay.
That would be perfect.
You want to go grab the door real quick?
I can.
Okay, if you don't mind.
But I feel like that would be...
I kind of want you to come look at it and explain it to me in the physical space. But I kind of think I know what you're saying.
It's simple.
But I can show you. We just have one bad place where it runs up against a sidewalk that holds the water, and then another 2 inches of the grade of the yard is behind that. And that's the area that I'm talking about.
If you get so what are your designs for this patio?
It's going to be between
No, like material wise.
um,
Paver stones.
gravel on sand,
Yeah.
cut down an inch
Yeah.
into the dirt.
Yeah.
Gravel, sand or top soil.
So when you cut
or
down,
filled dirt.
put the riprap down in that entire area
Okay,
because that's what's going to control the water flow.
I see.
It's going to pull sand with it though,
Mm.
but the riprap's going to help keep the sand where it is.
Yeah. And then pavers on top of everything.
Yeah, but that's still with sand and filtration. I would probably recommend not using sand because sand's going to go. So you're going to lose that layer eventually over time. Don't use sand. Use stone. Just use the rock. Don't mess with the sand to try to get it level.
So what's
or
it
everything.
sit in? What do the pavers sit on?
The pavers will sit on because
You got to put something there that
are you going to use sand as like a feature to look at, or are you going to put rock over top of it,
no.
like stone, like
A
small little?
just to make sure it stays level and set.
Don't worry about that. Use the riprap. Underneath the riprap to level, maybe, yeah, because the riprap will keep the sand from underneath it from going anywhere.
Okay,
Because it's going to grab all that water and pull it down. It's basically like a large tarp.
that's
So
kind of what I'm thinking.
if you just get a tarp, same thing.
That would be great though.
But riprap is what the technical term is on the construction site that they use for large amount of water coming over as an emergency spillway to keep the sediment underneath it in place.
I see.
And they put rock on top of it to help filter it, everything, because it has to go through a form of filtration, blah, blah, blah. And there's like 3 before it even leaves the site. So but get something underneath it, level underneath it. So if you're going to do the sand, do that. Account for a little bit extra because you're going to want to put some sort of plastic something to keep that from moving.
I see.
So if the rain can't ever reach the sand, nothing's ever going to grow through it, and no water is going to pull it away.
I see.
So you got to think about that. So what I would do is I would cut out what I want with the shovel or however I'm doing this to level it, put down the bed that I know I want, and I would probably just get plastic, just some form.
You can get the stuff at Lowe's.
Yeah, just some form of plastic. I'd probably push that down, like the edges, the corners.
Sure.
I'd push that down, and then I'd put another layer on top, and then overlap that on top of, just kind of like rip up the grass a little bit, tuck it underneath that, and then put the grass back on top to keep that bottom place from moving, period.
I see.
Because if you go down with it, it's not going to grab the sand on the side and pull it out, erode it from the side, and it's going to stay completely secure, period. It will never move once you place everything.
Okay.
So you have to get some sort of protection from the rain on your floor base.
You may have lost me at some point in time. You're going to have to show me this in practice.
No, look. Okay, so we got this. Right here. This is what you're making.
Sure. Yes.
This square. You cut it out.
Okay.
Cut that whole, say you're...
Couple inches down.
Say this is about 0.3 of an acre.
Okay.
So you cut all that out. It's going to take a while, obviously. You dig down far enough you need. You put the sand into level.
Okay.
You get your level out. You drag it, all that stuff.
Yep.
So now you got your base.
Yep.
Take tarp all the way across this. You tuck the corners down, stakes, whatever you want.
Okay.
And then you put another layer on top. Try to tuck it underneath the outside grass that's around it. Just kind of like hide it a little bit. So right where the roots are, just kind of dig underneath the grass.
Yep.
And tuck it in there. So that way you're cupping. So you got a layer like this, and then you got a layer like this.
Okay.
To keep it from touching that base level.
Okay.
So once you got that base level secured, you have nothing to worry about.
Okay. So
you can put whatever you want on top of that. It's never going anywhere.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. But still, I want you to come out there.
Yeah, I'll come look.
It's just, it might be just an excuse to keep you to come out. So, this whole explanation's kind of wasted because I'm still bringing you over there.
Okay, so he really wanted to do this podcast. I did as well because we haven't done one this entire year. This is our first of 2020. High five, motherfucker.
2021.
2021. It's 2020. What are you talking about? You ask Siri how many days till 2021, and it'll tell you. Hey Siri, how many days till 2021?
It's 273 days until then.
We're in the Matrix, motherfucker.
How did you know that?
Because everybody's been doing it. It's like, Apparently, 2020 didn't happen. Apparently, we're redoing 2020. Only technology knows that we did not do 2020.
You know what? I'm kind of believing it.
Yeah, me too. Because that was a bullshit year.
So you were saying?
Yeah. So we really want to do this podcast. Obviously, I did because it's the first one this year, and he did because he has something that he definitely wants to bring up and talk about, which I have no idea what it is. So he wanted to wait till we did the podcast. So let's go ahead and get started on that. And we went through my job and everything, and
Which is cool.
Water control and everything. It's not that cool, but it actually, like, when you go on sites that don't have any houses on, they're just developing, and you get these maps. You're just looking at them like, the fuck is this? I don't know where this is. And it says Sweatbox entrance. Oh, that's where I am. Okay, this is how I can work this.
Cool.
So let's go ahead and get started on what you were trying to talk about, and one of the main reasons you want to start this podcast.
So for one of my film classes,
Okay.
it's a documentary class.
Speaking of his film classes, Backfist 2. Just saying.
It's a documentary class.
Oh, documentaries.
So, yes. For my final documentary, for my final in this class, I am going to do a documentary on a hog hunt that I'm going to do down in Wilmington.
Okay.
And I'm going to be stealing some of your footage for that.
Okay.
But I just wanted to talk about it for a minute.
Oh, go for it.
And so that's what it is. So I'm here this weekend to pick up some rifles.
Okay.
Reorganize my truck, get it ready. Make sure I'm 100% squared away on equipment, ammunition, stuff like that. And then I'm going to go down to a site called not Holly Preserve, it's Holly Shelter.
Okay.
It's a big game land site down there that I'm going to get onto and see if I can find any hogs. I've been calling the game guys, but they won't respond to me. They won't pick up the damn phone. Just trying to figure out if they're seeing hog activity because they move a lot.
Yeah.
So even though it's over 1,000 acres, the hogs will just leave that area.
Yeah.
Potentially, and not be back for a while. So that's my plan.
Well,
They have target range there too.
that's good.
So I'll be
Sight
able to
your gun in.
make sure everything's sighted on a proper range because I've never taken my rifles on the proper ranges.
Yeah, well.
They're a little bit hard to find real rifle ranges. They're not. They're
Yeah.
you know you
They're
need
few and far between.
you need 200 yards and then like a mile or more on past that. It's
Yeah.
safe with berms and stuff. So that's where I'm at.
So you're wanting to go and do a hog hunt and document the process.
Yes.
Other than that, what is your intent on the documentary for the entire process? Like, what exactly are you trying to document other than just you going hog hunting?
It basically meat eaters.
Oh, so
basic-
it's a meat eater style documentary.
Yeah, because the thing is, when you're in a liberal arts school,
Well, I think you should kind of do like the what Steve Ranella does too, where he like how he prepares it. And
Yes.
everything. That would be really cool.
Ideally, if I get something, I'm going to do some cooking.
Yeah, but exactly, but in field cooking too.
Yes, which is
Yes.
when I have the grills and stuff in the back of my vehicle. I might be able to do some.
I don't know, man. I don't know if you can do this by yourself.
It's,
They're saying like it's gonna be too quiet. It's gonna be too awkward.
it's trust me, I'm going to have hours and hours of footage, and stuff like this is going to fill in. But also like the fact that I'm going to have sighting in my rifle, and
Yeah.
I'm going to have all these quiet moments out there where it's going to have.
How long
time.
does it have to be?
It doesn't have to be long, but I think it's going to come out to a lot longer than everybody else's.
Yeah.
Um,
You know what you should do?
what's that?
You should do a documentary on me.
Do a documentary on you?
Just come back with me, like kind of like how like my life has progressed, and like I lost my passion to lift and everything, and now how I'm like rediscovering it.
It has to be autobiographical.
That could be autobiographical.
Autobiographical.
Yeah, I could be your auto.
No. Fuck you. So, anyways, so I'm going to get out there, and I God only hope I see a pig. Because if I just don't see a pig, this whole thing goes to hell.
Or you could see a pig and it fucking charges you,
Which
is very possible because it's not just a pig; that's a boar.
I could potentially
Pigs
see.
are not pigs when
Which
they're in the
is-
wild. They are wild boars.
Hogs, yes.
Yeah, they're boars.
And, well, the boys are.
They got tusks.
They have cutters.
Yes.
And the thing is that's why I'm trying to figure out the regulations. So, to figure out if I can carry my AR with 30 in the mag
Yeah.
and be ready to take down Piggly Wiggly when he
Charges
makes a
you.
move on me.
Yeah. So that'll be a big. I feel like you should set up like when you're camping at night,
Mm-hmm.
if you'll just set up some trips, just like hand trips, like noise trips. That way you like kind of like show you like stringing up trip wires and everything for them to like
I'm
knock
not
around
going to be
some
able
noise.
to camp out there. I'll have to camp on the
Okay.
site, on a
Okay.
designated area.
Okay.
However, because I am in the camper truck or
Yeah.
the camper bed, I'm thinking about getting some wire set up for it
Okay.
that I can have with bells on the inside of my truck.
Yeah.
So I can have like east wire, north wire, south wire, west
Yeah.
wire, and that way I can just put a wire out like 50
Yeah.
feet from my truck
Mhm.
and just have a ting 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 something cross the line.
Mm-hmm.
Just for safety because I am a little bit paranoid. But yes, hunting boar is dangerous.
It is not safe. That you could get into a very bad position.
I'm taking some medical equipment with me.
Um,
I'm taking my best medical equipment.
Recording wise, what are you capturing all this with?
Oh, ha ha, oh, ho, ho. Phone and no pro.
What's a no pro?
It's like a GoPro.
No, it's not a no. It's a pro go.
It's a pro go.
Yeah, there you go. I made that nickname a long time ago when I got my fake GoPro. I called it a pro go.
I call them no pros
I call it a pro go.
because there's nothing good about them.
Mine's great.
No pro because there's no pros.
Yeah, no pros.
Yeah,
That's why I say pro go.
it's pretty much what it is.
That's kind of like what I did with my fake Yeti. You know them tumblers that they have at Walmart.
That look like Yetis.
Yeah, they look like Yetis. I called it a Teddy. Because Teddy made it in his basement.
There's my no pro.
Hey, that's exactly what I have.
Yeah,
You want mine? It's got a case on it. You can't hear anything out of it.
I don't need to hear anything.
Do you want mine too?
I might borrow yours.
I gotta find it, but you're more than welcome to it. It's got a case and everything.
I have a case for this one. I just gotta find it. I think it's at my dad's. That's where I'm going next. It's in
I
some storage.
I
Yeah.
think mine's in there actually. Oh no, don't look in there right now. What's the battery at? Because we need to hit some vape.
Is that what it is? Or, no, that's the charging side.
No, look at it. Look at the screen.
Oh, it's almost full.
Okay, that's good. Oh, you get the first hit. I see how it is.
So what do you think about this hunt?
I think it's a great idea, but I think you need a wingman.
Are you willing to come with me for 4 days next week?
Yeah, I am. If I could get time off.
Monday through Thursday? When you
No.
get there for less than a month?
No, I can't do Monday through Thursday. I gotta work.
It's
I
really
don't
gonna
have
be Monday
time
through
off yet.
Friday.
I just started my fucking
Well,
job.
I gotta do it now.
Well, you just should have told me before I left barefoot.
So,
Because I would have taken time off to go hog hunting with you. That'd be fucking awesome.
yeah, so. And it really depends. So this whole thing could still go in the trash.
Why?
If I call up the game guys like, yeah, we haven't seen hogs here in 3 months. I'm not gonna hang out there for 5 days looking for pigs that ain't there.
Well, then you could come here and do a documentary on me.
Do a documentary. I can do a documentary on
us.
hunting you.
No, on
I can do a documentary on hunting you.
Yeah, and get your ass kicked real quick.
I'm just gonna be in the woods across there with camouflage on. Just you see this when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
And you see the gun barrel come out and gotta come kick my ass.
You're killing me. Okay, get your butt in here. Get it. What? Sophie. God almighty.
I'm glad we have like a dedicated recording space.
We do. We're just not in it because
We're
it's
just
too
not
fucking
in
cold. It's too fucking cold. Hi, Kane. Our mascot's back. Here's my butt. Here's my face.
This one doesn't even have the battery cover on.
All right, move. Yeah, mine doesn't either.
I don't know where that went.
Actually, mine does. I don't know where mine is.
Is there just something horrible in there that I can't see?
No, it's a mess. You trying to look through that would make them put.
I'm just gonna
noise.
open it to see.
There's nothing dirty in there.
Uh,
It's just filled with a bunch of shit.
yeah, if I started digging.
Okay, so I got a survivor-ish question for you.
Yep.
Would you rather be eaten alive by a bear or a shark?
Shark.
Why?
Bears are slow.
Not just that. It's not just that. Bears are slow.
No, bears are slow to kill. They don't.
Yeah, exactly. They'll eat you ass first.
Yes.
They will absolutely. It doesn't matter. They could get your leg, and that's how they're going to devour your entire body. Fucking
Shark.
Pinky Toe, Piggy Wiggly went to the market and now is in Bear's Gilly.
If a shark's doing me in, he's taking off like a whole leg to start with, and I'm bleeding out in a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bear doesn't necessarily kill you that quick. So
No, unless he grabs your
Shark.
head first, then yeah, it's quick. But if a shark grabs your head first too, it's not just grabbing your head; it's grabbing all of it.
Yeah, the shark's gonna finish you off like that. You're either gonna survive a shark attack or you're not. Like
Well, yeah, that's how most attacks go.
no, like
Either you're gonna survive or not.
like it's gonna be pretty much. They strike and then they leave, or
Yeah,
they finish you off.
But that's how every attack goes. Either you're gonna survive or you're not.
well, yeah,
It's always a
but the
50-50.
thing with the bear is like you gotta look at like the
Well,
revenue
also, it depends on the bear's mental state.
if it's being protective or what.
If it's being protective or if it's starving.
Yeah. So like the thing is like yeah, bears will just kill you slower. So yes, shark.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sharks gonna kill
I was
you.
watching this one
Pretty much
thing
out.
on I don't remember what I was watching it on, but this dude was like, absolutely, I'd rather be eaten alive by a bear. I was like,
Fucking stupid.
are you fucking retarded?
That's wrong.
I wanted to like call them somehow and be like, you're stupid as fuck. How the hell would you rather get eaten alive by a bear?
I mean, bear is like on the bottom of the list. Like lion is before bear because the lion's gonna hit your throat. Tiger's gonna hit your throat. Just
exactly,
kill
but
you.
those will kill you quick.
Yeah, they'll kill you.
Oh yeah,
They'll
those are top of the
they will
top
kill
of
you
the fucking
outright.
food chain. Wolves, not necessarily.
Wolves will also eat you ass first.
Yeah, wolves will also eat you ass first.
Really, that's what we're trying to avoid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I was listening to their podcast, it's like, and then the other dude was like, I don't know, man. I think I could take a bear. Not a grizzly. Not a grizzly. I ain't trying to fight no fucking polar bear or no grizzly bear. Like, I think I could take a black bear. So I just could. It's like, no.
The
You're
thing about
getting
bears
fucked
is
up by a bear.
if you spook a black bear and it's just spooked,
yeah,
and
it'll
you
run
like,
away.
and you fucking hit it in the head with a branch,
Yeah,
you're like, oh shit, yeah, you're right.
but if it's being protective, you're fucked.
you're fucked.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Black bears are smaller than us, but it will fuck you up.
Yeah.
It weighs twice amount
It's just
of what
it's,
you weigh.
it's dense muscle and fat.
And it's just stupid.
Yeah.
I had a feeling you were going to be smart enough to say shark.
The only thing about sharks is dying in the water.
Well, you bleed out faster in the water.
A little bit, yeah.
Not a little bit.
No, I mean,
A lot of it.
what I mean by a little bit
You
is
can't clot in water.
what I mean by a little bit is when it's like your femoral artery that's just not nicked where there's potentially clotting and pressure and there's other and like what drops in blood pressure that can do it, restriction of the vessel. No, when it's just your femoral arteries cut, it doesn't really matter that you're in water. You're done.
Yeah.
You're
You
done.
just,
Those.
if it's not even nicked that much and you got like a huge wound and you ain't going to make it to shore, you just reach your finger in there and pop that bitch open. We're great at you
See you,
doing this. I'm out.
Check, please.
Peace. Did you see that one video, that shark attack of like some dude's son, like some dude's like little kid, and he grabbed the shark and pulled it out of the ocean by its tail and ripped its mouth open? Yeah, fucking insane, dude. Fucking monster shark to fucking shark.
I remember there's that video of that Australian guy.
Yeah.
There's two Australian guys, and they got their fan boat stuck. And in the water with this saltwater fucking crocodile. Understand. Understand.
Christ.
This thing is bigger than any American alligator has ever been. It's a goddamn dinosaur.
Yeah, those things are huge.
And he's sitting there like trying to like tie this rope around this log. They're like going to try to J-rig to like remove the log from out from under the boat. And he's just got this gator, and it's like keeps coming up to crocodile. It's not a gator. It's a fucking crocodile. And he just keeps putting his hand on its snout and going, "Oh, leave me alone."
Yeah, because it can't
Leave
bite
me
him
al-
if he puts his hand on the snout. It can't bite you. If you're pressing down on its face, it won't be able to open its jaw.
No.
No,
There's
no.
nothing under it.
It don't matter. It doesn't open from jaw down. It opens from jaw up.
That doesn't matter.
Yes,
When
it does.
No, because it's not going to open its mouth. It's not going to open its mouth via like just being like. It's going to do what crocodiles do and start with a stroke with its back of its legs. So
No,
that-
tail.
you're right. It's going to start with a stroke of its tail, which is going to bring it out of the water anyways, and your fucking arm's gone.
Oh yeah,
Your
if
arm's
his
out of the
hand's
way.
already on it, it
takes
cannot
away.
open its mouth.
They're not okay. They're weak, but they're not so weak that you can just.
If you
push
can
it.
hold an alligator's mouth shut with 2 fingers, it's not going to be able to open its mouth.
They don't
with your
really
hand
have.
on
They
it.
don't really have muscles.
They don't. It's all clamping. It's all clamping.
I'm still saying you're wrong in this case.
You're not. I'm not
He's
wrong.
just shoved. No, you cannot. You cannot just put your
But
hand on top of it.
also-
when it has, if there's nothing underneath it.
Yes, you can, because it still can't bite you. Think about trying to open your jaw with me pushing down on top of your jaw. That's not top of your jaw. So since you're a human, the only thing I can push on is the bottom of your jaw. Say I'm pushing away, it's like this. Yeah, you have muscles to open down. An alligator doesn't.
So what's your fucking point?
Like, how are you gonna bite me? Try to bite me.
Again, if my mouth was this
How
fucking big,
are you gonna bite
boom.
me?
I'm a fucking alligator. I'm a crocodile, motherfucker.
Yeah, look, you can't bite shit.
No, the thing.
You can't
I'm
bite
a
shit.
fucking crocodile.
No, look.
Plus,
Look, put your hands up.
Okay.
Put your hands up. So, your bottom doesn't go down.
Gotcha.
No, the bottom doesn't go down. Put your hands up. Get up. The bottom doesn't go down. It's just the top.
yes. So when it's trying to lift the top, the
But
muscles.
it's not going to come towards you with its mouth shut if it's going to attack you either.
You think it's.
So if it's going to attack you, it's going to already be coming
You
at
think
you.
it takes away its inhibition.
No, it takes away its capability of opening its
So
jaw
it would
for an
still
attack.
try.
Oh, if it was further away, yeah. Say it's right here. So say it's out of arm's reach, and I go to reach, and then it decides to attack me. You're fucked. Period. Before you touch them, you are absolutely fucked.
You know this is all unusable for me, right?
Yes. What does it matter? You can say fucked. in class.
Not this part. I need the part about hunting hogs. I thought
Yeah.
you'd have more questions for me, you bastard.
I do have more questions for you. We just got on a different topic because I asked a question. Because
Okay,
this is
fair
a
enough.
fucking podcast.
You're right.
Steven.
You know what? Fuck you. This is more editing work for me. I'm being lazy. I'm trying to help you out, future Steven.
Yeah, future Steven. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Because you're not here right now.
Yeah, your ass.
You're in fucking Wilmington hunting fucking boars without your fucking best friend.
cunt.
You jackass. I love how it glitched right there when I said that. It's like the camera's like, oh shit, we gotta calm down.
little heavy there.
I went a little Super Saiyan. Sorry, glitched the camera. Just, yeah, we got hair now. We looking good. Steven looks way better than I do with his hair. My hair looks like I'm an Englishman in England.
Englishman in England.
Yeah. Look like I just came over to America. Hey, what you doing down there? This is the Greases land.
This is the Greases land.
Greases.
Greasers.
They can't say
Greases.
that. They can't say that in that accent. What you talking about? They can't even say that when they're doing that accent.
Oxen. That's
Oxen.
not right.
You don't know.
What the fuck accent are you doing, man?
I'm doing the slums of England.
It's not
They're
Cockney.
slightly drunk. I'm doing a wee bit more drunk accent. He's just learning his words a wee bit. You know, like,
What is that? Is that like a northern guy who came down and like became Cockney?
It's-
I can't do it either.
it's just a wee bit. It's just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit.
No, not it's just a wee bit. No, just a wee bit.
Just
Exactly.
okay.
It's called the slums. We got slang for a reason.
If you can, nah, I'm not gonna hit.
So, back to boar hunting.
Okay.
So,
Hog hunting.
boar.
The
Hog, it's
males.
the same
The
fucking
males
thing.
are boars.
Exactly. So it's still boar hunting.
You're not just shooting the males.
I know, but the fucking boars are boars.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Yes.
you want it. The whole thing about the boars, though, is they fucking populate like damn
Yes.
rabbits.
Yes.
They just go
They're invasive.
crazy. They're extremely invasive. They've completely taken over Texas, just about, and they're already making it to different states.
Florida's the worst. Technically, Florida's the
No,
worst.
they came from Texas, though.
They
They
yes.
said that there was a huge migration of boars from Texas to Florida.
Florida's the worst because there's just so much of Florida that are like totally unpopular. Like they're great in the swamp. They do great down there.
Yeah, but guess what also does great in the swamps? Yeah. No, not those. I'm talking about the ones that eat them. Yeah. Them damn pythons. Dude, I watched a python eat an alligator.
Dude, I'm sure they're full of piglets.
Dude, they are completely full of some piglets.
I don't know.
You know, every time I think of a boar, you know what I think of?
What's that? Boar's head?
No.
What?
Timon.
Man, Pumbaa.
Ah, you hungry for something fat and healthy, juicy meat? Here's my Pumbaa. Here's my buddy Pumbaa because here he is a treat. Ah, you aching? Yep. For some bacon? Yep. You can take him? Yep. You could be a big pig too. Ah! That's all I think of when I think about boar hunting. Is fucking Timon and Pumbaa doing the damn dance for the hyenas. I don't know why, because I'm a child at heart, probably, but you know.
Fair enough.
I actually played that movie for Jackson.
Mm.
He was asphyxiated on the screen for about 20 minutes, and then he fell asleep.
Yeah, the good part.
Yeah, but then like Cars, he watches. If you turn Cars on, he completely forgets what he's doing and stares at the screen. But he also falls asleep within 20 minutes.
So he was good right up until the end of I Just Can't Wait Till We King. And then dropped off about the time Simba went into the mammoth grave.
No. He made it past. Graveyard. He made it past the graveyard. He made it past Can't Wait to Be Just King, and then got to Jafar. Jesus Christ! I'm talking about Lion King, and I bring up Aladdin.
Yeah, that's when
Scar. When Scar threw off Mufasa,
and that's
right around
Simba
the time.
goes to the desert.
Yeah, that's right around the time Jackson falls asleep. About every time. Every fucking time. Also, in the comments, if you like our hair, tell us to keep growing it.
Shit.
Tell us to keep growing it or cut it. Say cut that shit or let it grow, bitch. And then we'll know. Which nobody leaves comments.
Nobody leaves comments.
No, nobody. Well, actually, Zach actually commented on the one Tucker was in, so Tucker's actually going to come back and do a podcast too. Cool. Another one.
But me and Tucker need to get out and shoot some.
Dude, me and Tucker need to fuck.
Oh God. He is a good looking man, but
yeah, buddy, he's gorgeous. I'd rub them cheeks around my dick. No, Tucker's my dude. I miss that dude. I haven't seen him in a while. But I actually talked to him last Friday. Right after I called you, he called me, and I missed the call because I was, I can't remember what I was doing. I was doing something. But I called him back and FaceTimed him, and he actually introduced me to his new girlfriend.
Cool.
Loves anime. I was like, dude, fucking score. I was thinking the whole time while I was talking to him, I was like, this is what Steven needs.
I do want to see how he is on the range.
It's not really his MO, though.
No, it's still all trained for it.
Yeah, he's definitely been trained for it and everything, but he's mainly, like right now, all he's really been focusing on is airborne and drone piloting.
Yeah. There's a, it's just so expensive right now. Ammo's way back up right now.
Yeah. Well, everything's way back up right now. Like, construction materials
is it up
through the fucking roof.
Because for some reason,
air ducts,
yeah,
5 times the price.
For some reason, production of construction goods is non-essential. I bought the plywood in the back of my truck, so the cheap stuff that's like pressed was the same price as like marine grade. Oh, let me put it this way: it was like $1 difference.
So I would have got marine grade.
I basically did. I basically got some like construction, like the same stuff you're going to build walls out of in your house. Yeah. As opposed to the stuff that you're going to build, like, put in a shed to, the walls in your shed that you just hang stuff off of, and it basically dissolves so that it gets wet. There was like a $2 difference in a big board. So I was like, I'm just going to get the cheap stuff for the back of my truck because it's not that important.
Yeah.
And then it's
not going to be getting that wet.
It was like $2 different to get a nice, thick board that was sturdy. I'm like, so why wouldn't I get the nice one at that point?
So while you're doing this boar hunting thing, you actually got a. It's a shell for the back of your truck.
Camper shell.
Camper shell. So you're going to be camping out in the back of your truck.
Sleeping bag, ground pad. Yeah.
Tell him about your whole setup.
Okay, so I have a 2003 Ford Ranger with a camper shell on it, and in the back of that I have ropes, tarps, sleeping bag, ground pad, enough to cast out and actually sleep on its own. But I also have a grill that's it's a charbroil, so it's like the cheapest grill you can get. It's a propane grill for it's like $20 is what I got it for. And then I got a Lodge cast iron for it, cast iron top, so I can turn that into a cast iron skillet,
Yeah.
which is really nice for cooking. I prefer cooking on a skillet to the grill.
Yeah. Skillets are fucking amazing.
And then I have a single pot burner that I can also use to cook.
Yeah.
And then there's enough space in the back of that thing that I can put a cooler, a box for clothes, all the other stuff I need. I have the propane tank back there too. So it's really like perfect for taking one person out to camp and just live out of it for as long as you get propane and food, you can stay in it.
Yeah, and propane lasts a while.
When I changed it out, we thought we were going to have a really bad storm in Wilmington, and I didn't know if we were going to lose power. And our stoves in our dorms, not our dorms, in our apartments, are electric.
Okay.
So I got a new propane tank. So the last one I didn't even fully run out.
Yeah.
And I had used it for 4 months.
Shit. So what's your game plan going into this? Like, you're camping out, everything. You're getting your rifles. You're getting set up, geared up, everything to go out there and hunt boar. What's your game plan on finding and tracking and hunting the boar?
Okay. Sunday I go down there.
Okay.
Monday I go to class in the morning. I leave Wilmington at noon.
Okay.
Final checks are done.
Yeah.
I go out to the game land. I pull in, see if I can make sure I'm safe to camp in the correct site. Get the truck set up. Get home base ready.
Yep. That's a good idea. Get everything set up where you need it to be. That way you have somewhere comfortable to come back.
That's going to be my range day as well.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm also going to get oriented to where the game land is. Hopefully, because it's getting dark around 6:30, hopefully I can walk and do some basic recon
Okay.
that day. So that's not going to be, again, I'm planning on being out there until Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
So, no huge rush.
So you're giving yourself plenty of time to get out there, get set up, and then prepare for the hunt. So
Yes.
in the hunting process, what's your game plan? What's your strategy? How are you going to go about hunting the boar?
So recon's going to be super important.
Exactly.
So what I want to look for there is where they're at, what they're doing to stay cool during the day, and where they're getting their water from. Because you can't bait on public land.
No.
Because the idea is we won't. First off, you don't bait on public land because you're going into their environment.
Yep.
But the other thing is if you're baiting for something like hogs, they don't want them there.
No.
They don't. They're not supposed
They're
to be.
invasive.
When they say you can shoot them, they're like, please shoot them. Don't do something that brings more of them here.
Yeah.
So the idea will be stalk during the day. So out early in the morning, hopefully I can get up in time, get out to a site. I'll sit on like a water source or something like that.
Okay.
So when the sun comes up, I'll have opportunistic hunting.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe one pops up and I have the opportunity. During the day, it'll be stalking. So that's move, sit, listen, smell. Move, sit, listen, smell. Right? Look, too. Smell is actually the bottom of the list. But, look, listen, smell. Look, listen, smell, move. Look, listen, smell, move. And then hopefully, that's actually an okay way to hunt hogs. You don't do that with deer.
No.
And then in the afternoon,
You sit and wait for deer.
and then in the afternoon, you move to a feeding site. And you'll sit and wait for them to move right at sundown to get your shot. Which could be a bitch, because then I'll have no light. So I'll have to work out a light solution before I go back, in case I have to dress the animal in the dark.
Yeah. Because after you... So let's say you went out, you were successful, you shot the boar, you shot the hog, whatever it is, female, male, whatever. What happens next? How are you getting that animal quartered out of there?
Depends on the weight.
Everything.
Depends on the weight.
Say it's a fairly big one.
Let's put it at 150 pounds. Let's put it.
Well, 150.
The big boys, The big boys can.
They can push 200.
I'm not going to hit a guy like that out there. Probably.
I wouldn't.
No, I mean, I'm not going to, like, even if I can't identify its size, because I'm not an expert in that, I'm not going to see a 200-pound male. Let's say 100 pounds.
Let's just say you run into a 200-pounder.
Okay, then...
Worst case scenario, you run into a 200-pounder, drop it, then what?
Okay, so first things first, you got to get the guts out.
Absolutely.
First, that prevents the meat from spoiling.
Mm-hmm.
So there's weight. There's a lot of weight in that.
There is.
The other thing is I want to get them up on the gambrel, which is the leg hanger. You put it through basically what would be their calves, and you hang them off that. Hang them upside down. I'm decapitating them. So take
You're
the
not
head
keeping
off.
the eye meat?
No. All that's wasted. I'm not trying to. Because I don't know how to butcher that out, first off.
Steve Brunel, he got you.
Yeah, but okay. let's assume I hit it in the afternoon, so I have limited time.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm taking the head off.
All right, we're saying worst case scenario. Dusk, 200-pound boar. What do you do?
Jesus. So sun's going down, right?
It's dusk, yeah. It's basically set.
I got a headlamp at this point in time, and I got to get weight off of it. And I have
a headlamp.
Yes, and I have to walk it. I have to walk this thing out. So guts come out, guts go on the ground. Head comes off while it's hanging, so I can get as much blood out of it as possible.
Yeah.
At that point,
as fast as possible.
As fast as possible. Which, because it doesn't have a pulse anymore, blood wants to sit. Blood won't actually move out of most of the body.
Mm-hmm.
It's only what's like sitting in the artery is what's going to come out.
Yeah.
So head is a lot of weight that I don't have to worry about. Guts, weight I don't have to worry about. Legs, basically going to quarter it at that point in time.
Okay. So how?
I'm going to have a trash bag only at that point in time.
All right. Well, how are you? What are you going to cut it up into? How so?
So right here at the thigh, you can actually find the. That's pretty easy to see the grain of meat there.
Yeah.
Take those off, and then that.
Are you taking the glutes with it though? Are you taking when you go for the thigh?
Yes.
Are you going to take glutes
all
with
the way
it?
to the spine?
Okay.
All the way to the spine.
So you're taking. He's taking the whole bottom half, hip flexors,
and then splitting it
to glutes,
and then splitting
right
it
above the spine.
Yeah, splitting that in two pieces.
Splitting it down the middle, so you're going to have one hind quarter, two hind quarters.
Yep.
Bag it.
Yep.
So that'll probably fill up 50% of the bag.
I got the big ones, 55s.
Yeah.
But then
that'll be like
the whole hog will go to 55.
25% of the bag. Yeah.
So the idea is at that point in time,
are you going to be able to carry a whole hog in one bag though?
That's the worry because I don't want to waste out any meat. And the problem with me is I might not be the strongest dude out there, but
You're not the weakest either.
But as far as dealing with my own pain and my own fucking misery, I will torture myself to accomplish something that other people would. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm so tough, but like sometimes to my own detriment, I don't know when to quit on stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'll end up. I don't think I'm going to be out there during dusk.
I'm just saying worst case scenario.
Just
because you never know with hunting.
Just because I don't want to make those movements in the dark.
Yeah, but
you can technically hunt during the dark. I don't want to have to find my way back to my truck in the dark.
But that's the thing. It's hunting.
It can happen.
Shit happens quick. Say you see a boar that you absolutely want. It's a huge boar. You're like, I want that boar. And you start stalking him, and he keeps moving, he keeps moving, he keeps moving. Someone was already setting when you saw him. It was getting close.
That's generally not going to happen with them.
But usually, I'm just saying it could.
Okay, so...
I'm saying worst case scenario.
And then I'm going to try to take his shoulders off.
Okay. So shoulders...
He's going to be basically in 5 pieces.
Yeah, shoulders and bag.
And
got that. So now you have torso. Are you just leaving torso whole? Or are you going to cut that up more so it'll fit better in the bag?
See, this is why I need to watch some more butchery videos. And that's the next 2 days for me.
Because I was thinking, because what I watch, when they cut hogs, they leave...
Bone saw them down.
No, they leave left and right together, and they rub the middle.
Mm-hmm.
They have half the hog. But if you do that, cut the hindquarters off, shoulders off, right on the middle, it'd be perfect.
If you have a gator, though, and a lot of people who have these big ranches who hunt them...
Yeah, but you don't have a gator.
I'm saying, those guys have so many more options.
Exactly. But if you do it that way, you got 2, 4, 6, 8.
I'm not seeing 6 and 8. I see
So you
one,
cut,
2. I see
yeah.
one for each leg, and then 2 sets of ribs. 2 full.
You said you're
racks.
cutting shoulders off.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And
And
whole
cut torso in half, so it fit better in the bag.
short leg, rib, long rib kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know where that actually is.
Right down the spine.
No, short rib and long rib.
Just cut it right down the middle of the spine. Once you got just the torso, right down the middle of the spine.
Cool.
And
So-
then you could also use the bone marrow, everything like that. But like that's getting into the preparation. So let's say you got the boar back to your site. It's
I'm going home that night.
yeah. You're going to your house
Here.
or here.
Not your house. Union County.
You coming to Union County after you get the boar?
Yes, because I don't have a freezer down there.
Shit.
So-
No, because in
I go to the
in
grocery
field,
store.
you're not going to cook nothing.
I might cook a little bit.
You got to get film of you cooking something.
I'm going to cook back here because the thing is it's got to get on ice.
Buy yourself a big cooler.
I have a big cooler that I'm going to be able to borrow.
Exactly. So when you
But-
borrow that, just keep refilling it with ice, so that way you have the opportunity to get that shot of you making.
If I have,
something.
if
gotta
if
make
we're on
something.
worst case scenario, right?
Yeah, if we're on worst case scenario,
It's-
you're coming home that night.
Because I'm not going to be able to cook during the night as well.
Yeah, you are.
If I get one before noon or before like 2 or 3 in the afternoon,
Yeah.
I'm going to take one good cut, make a little something, and eat
Like
it.
what? So let's say you got your board, got it back to the site. So you're not even staying. You're packing everything
I'm going
up.
right for the ham.
You're going, but let's say the worst case scenario that we're on right now. You're packing everything up, shoving it into the truck, and leaving. You're not staying on site, grilling
Nope.
something.
Nope, I
You
am
got to that. It just adds to the fucking experience, dude.
because I'm going to cook that the next day.
You got to.
I know that, but hopefully the idea is my backup plan is to hit a squirrel at some point in time when I'm out there, and that will
Okay,
be
yeah.
So
that'd be good.
That's the backup plan.
Catch you something small that you can kind of sustain yourself on. All right, so going out there, what are you bringing, preparation wise, like to sustain yourself? Say you don't catch anything.
Hot dogs, potatoes, onions,
Okay.
garlic,
Canned potatoes or actual potatoes?
potatoes, like not canned.
Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about.
Potatoes,
Yeah, buddy.
onions, garlic, some canned food.
You were
canned
on them.
beans.
You were on them canned potatoes for a little bit, and I was like, these are not good.
Yeah, some canned beans, some stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just easy eating.
Yeah, something that you can make quick that you don't have to spend a lot of time on.
Yeah.
Just something sustenance wise. You should bring some like trail mix and some
Yeah, something sweet too, probably.
some beef jerky.
Yeah, just something to eat on. And then, like I said, if I get one when I can have some time to cook, I'm probably just going to throw the skillet out,
Yeah,
get it ready, get the meat on ice first,
absolutely. You have to get it on ice first.
and then just going to take a knife straight to the ham.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to butcher correctly, and that's going to be a whole video of me like sitting in an environment where it's safe and sitting on YouTube and finding out how to butcher.
Well, you ain't got to record that. Please
right.
don't throw that in the documentary because that's going to be annoying.
Me sitting there going,
Yeah. So it should just be more of like you like be like, all right, so this is how.
basically,
we
I'm going to take like probably a 2-ounce ish steak off the ham.
Oh, so you're just going straight for the ham, just
Because that's the biggest piece of meat that you can just.
yeah. You got you a good knife. Well, on this podcast, I figured I would go ahead and get old something for old Steven here that I would want him to actually break in for the first time. It's never been used, and I want you to
Make use
christen
of
it.
Cool.
I want you to christen it for me because I've never been on a hunt. I want to go on a hunt so fucking bad, and just with the new kid, having the whole new marriage, everything like
Sure.
that, it's been a whirlwind of things. Which is, I'm not complaining about it whatsoever. Absolutely love my wife, love my kid, love
This kid
my
and
wife.
his
Oh my god,
They're great.
they're amazing. I couldn't ask for better. But so other than that, getting off my family before I go down a whole tangent of my family. So it's weird to be in a family
Yeah,
as
it's
an
great.
adult. I always thought my parents as parents and me.
You know
it's
you're the parent.
I'm not a fucking parent.
It's so
I'm a
weird.
child. I'm a damn child.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
So, but I did want to give Steven a a gift for this hunt that he can christen. He can't keep the gift because it is mine.
It's coming back.
It's keep being given back. I'm going to go ahead and grab it real quick. You can go on a more spiel of your hunt and stuff, but we'll do a great reveal on the podcast of something that I want you to take with you and christen for me.
Sure.
All right. I'll be back. Do you need another beer? Because I'm getting up and I'm going to go pee too.
Please, sir. Yeah.
Absolutely. Bottle. Unless you're done. Not done?
I'll finish it while you're there.
All right.
So, hog hunting is scary.
It's not safe.
They kill hunters. Or not really so much anymore, but they can. They got this tooth. I'm sure this will come up later. But there's this tooth that runs back here, and it comes out right on the side there. It's called the cutter. And it's kept sharp by another tooth in the hog's mouth called the wetter. So it's a tooth that runs the opposite way. And it literally runs against it like a whetstone. It's called a wetter. And it keeps that thing sharp. Now, the cutter is actually sharp on the inside. So, outside of the tooth, slick. Backside of the tooth is where it's sharp. It comes to a point right there at the top. What a hog does is they put their head down and they charge. And when that tooth hits, it bites in and then they run it up, whatever it's cutting. So what kills hunters is they catch them in the leg and they open up their calf. I'm carrying medical equipment for that reason. They can absolutely open you up pretty fucking bad, and then you drop, and then it comes back for another pass, and your out of shape ass dies because you weren't able to take that hit, draw that leg up, and have your sidearm, primary arm ready to shoot the hog and hopefully finish the fight before it kills you. Also, you can still just die out there. You can shoot the hog, it's dead, but you're bleeding, and you've got no means to stop it other than trying to tear up a shirt and improvise a tourniquet if you know how to improvise a tourniquet. So it's not the safest thing in the world, and it's good to do it in cell phone coverage or with support or with the ability to use a walkie-talkie to stay in contact with someone. I am not doing the wisest thing by going out alone. Hopefully I can drag a few of my roommates out for 1 or 2 days. Different guys, different days. That'll be a lot of fun if they can come out there and walk around with me. A little bit of sketchiness because they won't have hunter's license. And, that'll be a lot of them holding the cameras and being non-participant hunters. It's still a lot safer than me being solo. Give the hog multiple targets. But hopefully in a pinch situation, 2 rifles might come into use if necessary. So that is the plan. Mr. Oakley.
Cheers, sir. That was terrible. Yeah, we'll redo that cheers because that camera didn't hear anything.
One more time.
One more time.
Oh, you already took... Did I take that? My brains don't work no good. I took that off and reached to take it off again. I didn't finish it. You took it from me.
Kind of mighty waste of beer over here. That's
I
blasphemous
would never
sin.
waste beer. Cheers. Right.
Go ahead and finish what you're saying.
No, that was it. I was just saying that, I want to take my roommates out there because they also they would be interested in joining me.
I wish I could get away.
If you can get one day, if you could pull a Friday, I might still be on the land Friday.
Well, Friday I'll be done by 12 o'clock. That's the problem.
It would be 3 o'clock before you got down there.
Exactly.
Well, you'd have 3 hours to hunt, and then Saturday, and you come back Saturday or Sunday.
I'll probably come back Sunday. So wait, when are you doing this? This weekend? This coming weekend?
No, Monday afternoon through Friday.
So this Monday.
Yes.
What if you don't catch anything till Friday? So as soon as you catch something, then you're coming back.
Yes,
Okay.
I shoot back up.
All right. Well, I told y'all I wanted to get something for Steven. He's gonna reveal it on here. I would absolutely love for you to be able to christen this for me. From me to you, one of my best friends in the world, Love you, buddy.
Love you too, bud.
Go ahead and show everybody what it is.
I know what this is.
Exactly.
I know this knife.
It's never been used.
Stainless steel tomahawk knife with a very lovely grip here. Perfect blade for getting in there between the skin. You take that, skin the animal.
And it is
open up the
razor
gut,
sharp.
take the skin down. This is the perfect knife to do it with. It's this is handmade, right? Or
Yes.
yes.
It's hand forged.
So these are cool. These are great knives. That's a great knife for the purpose. And I will have a utility belt that will go right on there, and that solves a huge problem for me.
Yeah. Also,
Because believe it or not, when you dress down an animal, you have to resharpen. Like a hog.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like there's a lot of tissue and flesh you're going through, and I'm gonna have to buy a bone saw for this hunt too. Hunting gets expensive when you're not prepared to start it.
Also, I know for a
Thank you,
fact
sir.
that this one has skinned an animal before and is
That's
phenomenal.
That's your granddad's deer knife, right?
No.
Whose uncle's?
It's
deer
my
knife?
granddad's, yes.
Oh,
That knife will cut through skin like butter. If you need it for small incisions to get work around that blade's too big, that is
Yeah,
a perfect knife for skinning.
that's good for right in those little places.
So,
It's morbid when you demonstrate skinning an animal.
well, he skinned a
and
cheetah
you-
with that.
and you demonstrate
He-
where you would get in.
My
on
grandfather
yourself.
tackled and captured a cheetah in the Sahara Desert when he was in the military. And he didn't skin it immediately. He kept it as a pet for a couple weeks. It was probably more close to a month.
Am I taking this too?
Yes.
Or are you holding on to that?
No,
Okay.
no, you take that too.
Those will go on my belt.
And that knife is perfect for like quick attacks too. Like say something's coming up on you and you need to grab something real quick. That pop instead of Velcro
I actually have, yeah.
save your life.
Actually, you're right. That's a.
That pop.
It's like an
Yeah.
old school revolver.
Mm-hmm. That quick pop. It'll come out real quick.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh yeah, it's got rhino's horn is what they said the bottom is, which I don't believe at all. But
This?
rhino horn is that?
Oh, that.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all.
That's not ivory, bud.
No, it's not. But my grandpa tried to tell me that it was. It's not. But he did have the cheetah skin to prove that he skinned a cheetah with it. So
Here's the story, guys.
he has a picture with the cheetah on base.
There's a reason I believe that because cheetahs, amongst the big cats, are the ones who act most like kitty cats.
Mm-hmm.
Like cheetahs, like they're fucking killers. But here's the thing: when they're not in that mode,
Yeah.
they're social. Like there's this video of this guy. Oh, he has like a big cat reserve.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm scared of tigers. He's like, I can deal with the lions, but I love cheetahs. Like he'll just go out there and like lay with the cheetahs and like wrestle with them.
Yeah.
And like they're just like he's like if you turn your back on a tiger's brain is pure predator.
Yep.
Like they cannot help but to see like you're not looking at them, so they're crouching. They're like, can I sneak up on it? Can I sneak up on it?
Yeah.
Where cheetahs, he's like, if I turn my back on a cheetah, they just come up and lick me. They're just like, hey buddy, how you doing?
Where's that steak at?
So essentially, and I don't mean to speak ill of your grandpa, but essentially what he did was there was a cheetah who was like,
No. It was. You know how he caught it?
how did he catch it?
They were on a Humvee.
Yes, I know that. I understand that. But like,
He jumped off of it to catch it.
yeah, but what I'm saying is the cheetah was probably like, people are okay. People are okay. I don't need people.
No.
How you doing, bud?
No.
And your grandpa was like, no.
No, he
She's
no
like,
no
"Ah,
no
you
no
son of a bitch."
no. No, he tackled it off of the Humvee, kept it for like almost a month, and he thought he was gonna bring it back to the States with him. And then it hissed at him, and it was like being aggressive towards him after he'd already fed it. So it wasn't like it was starving.
Again,
or
that's what I'm
anything.
saying. Is
And then he said, after it did that, I took that knife right there and I slit its throat.
I believe it because I know that cheetahs are sociable enough to get that far. Is
Yeah.
the point of my story? Is
Yeah.
that if you took an adult lion out of
Uh-huh.
its environment, it would just be an asshole.
Yeah.
But cheetahs they're like wolves. They're inherently social animals,
Mm-hmm.
so they can change tribes. But at the end of the day, it's still a fucking wild cheetah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going to be 100%.
Yeah, that sheath was handmade too.
That's just shifting the strap to the front. There we go. That will come in use. I think this will get more use because I know that blade will clean up just fine. But
Oh yeah.
unless I need it, I won't go to that.
And no,
Stick
I'm
with
saying like say that blade's too thick and
Yeah, there are places.
cumbersome. That'll come in handy
I
too.
might get some skin pullers,
Yeah.
which are just big.
That
plastic-
that'll be perfect for just like precision.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
taking
Yeah.
that down.
And it is stupid sharp.
You can cook pigs with the skin on them.
You can. But say you don't want
Yeah.
that part of the skin like the asshole.
I mean, that's crazy though. Like pigs, their skin's not that bad.
But the fur, it's pretty
Burn,
bad.
you know, you burn it off.
Yeah, but
So you know, like,
that smell.
You know when you like see pigs being spit roasted?
That smell is horrible.
Yeah, you know, like when you see pigs being spit roasted in the movies,
Yeah.
guts out, spit through them, burn the hair off.
Yeah, but they're not using wild boar. In the
Like when you
movies.
watch the movies where it's like the
It's
where
a fucking pig from a farm.
in the movies. It is, but
Yeah.
what they're
You just
representing-
said from the movies.
what they're representing is real. That people could, you can just take a pig and, you know what, they actually did that in like native communities.
Yeah.
Do you know?
No.
Because they couldn't preserve them with salt or refrigeration.
Yeah, so they cook them.
So if you burn, specifically if you overcook the outside,
Mm-hmm.
burnt meat is a,
Good preservative.
yeah. I mean, the inside,
Or dry.
the inside is relatively well cooked, and being cooked is a decent preservation.
Yeah.
But especially if you put a burnt layer on the outside,
And also
It
the
keeps it
drying of them too.
that's why another one that people sometimes use. If you have a freezer and you can, like a walk-in freezer, and you can put it in there immediately, you can dry it quicker that way. Like
Okay.
it will take a lot of moisture out of the animal.
So let's say
You want to say more of an ideal hit?
no. So say I'm getting off that topic and going to this. So say this documentary goes off, huge success. You absolutely love the process. You love making and directing and just kind of creating this style of film.
Yeah.
Just say you become absolutely absorbed with it. What's next?
Okay. So you remember I told you one time that I wanted to do like paranormal stuff.
Yes.
There's a guy whose name is David Politis. You know Mr. Ballin? Or Mr.
Yes.
Not
Yeah,
Ballin.
Mr. Ballin.
Ballin.
Yeah.
You know when he does Missing 411?
Yes.
David-
David Politis is the
David
detective.
Politis is the detective.
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about.
So I want to put this sensitively. His son committed suicide recently.
Recently? Oh, Jesus.
This year. Early this year.
Do you know why?
No. Not specifically.
Do they have an idea why or no?
It's. I think it's. They kind of inferred some stuff, but it's. I think that some of the details are kept within the family.
No. Which is understandable.
Understand. Anyways, if ultimate success, I would want to make a. His son was who helped him with his documentaries. I would totally be willing to go make a documentary with Dave Politis
That would be fucking awesome.
because he's also an outdoors guy.
Yeah.
And you know, like the thing is that I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
I think Dave Politis buys into a lot of this stuff a lot more than I do. But he's a police detective. He's a smart guy. He knows what he's talking about.
Do you think, though, with everything that's been going on, that he'd want to continue
He is continuing.
with
Yes,
another director?
he is. He is full steam ahead right now.
Well, he's probably diving into his work.
Right now, because I think his thing is. Again, I'm not going to speak about what I think his beliefs are
Yeah.
in specifics. He thinks there's a bigger universe out there than what is practical, than what is tangible, and I think that he believes that his work is important in that investigation.
But also, a lot of police officers, when something bad happens, they just dive into what their work is
Yeah.
to kind of like prevent themselves from feeling what's been going on. Just
Yes.
focus themselves
That's
into
everybody.
the work. Yeah, well, not everybody.
A lot of people will. A lot of people will do that. But yes, you're right.
They'll dive into something, but not necessarily work. Because, like, say, I'm not gonna dive into fucking
Well, yours is.
water control. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna dive into something that's gonna fucking destroy my body and mind, so that way I don't have to think about it.
That would
So
be.
I'm gonna go work out for fucking. Because like that's something like similar that not similar, but we've had recent family
Drama.
not
Not drama. I shouldn't say
drama
drama.
casualty.
Yeah.
I would use not necessarily drama. It kind of added to drama.
Uprooting, I should say, maybe.
Yeah, that was
That was a bad word. I was looking for a better word. But.
yeah. We had a bad family casualty, and I feel like if that happened to me and my wife, I would dive into just absolutely destroying my
Well,
body.
you actually hit on something I was worried about. Like, I'm not his son. I would not ever intend to replace that relationship.
No. I wasn't saying you would do that.
Obviously, none of that. And I wouldn't want to
Overstep either.
No, yeah, of course. The thing is that like, I think he wants to move forward. I'm interested.
Mm-hmm.
It could be an opportunity to continue what I think is
Their legacy.
an important look into something that, as is the basic premise of Missing 411,
Which is surrounded
a
by mystery.
a large number of damn near inexplicable disappearances of people.
And discovery of
Ongoing.
remains in locations
Right.
that are basically impossible.
Or
Unfathomable.
the
I'll use
the
that, not impossible.
explanation of them being there is extremely strenuous.
Especially for the ones who survive.
Exactly. So the
Which
entire
are very far few between.
so the entire project.
Normally the ones that are survived that I've seen are kids. Like young kids.
Again, in my statistical brain, this is why I say I'm skeptical. My statistically oriented brain can look at some of the stuff in 411 and say, I don't buy that this is anything other than us finding patterns that might not be real. I haven't looked at the whole data set, which is significant, or a significant portion of what it might be. But to answer your question, if this as the style was successful, that is what I would
and something that you find passion.
If I really like shooting film out in the woods,
Yes. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's not just that it's that it does
Yeah.
well.
If
It's if you find like a different passion for instead of
if I like shooting-
going in the direction that you're going, which right now would absolutely 100% be animation, which is what you were passionate about to start film.
yeah, I've talked about animation a little bit. What I'm
But not making animation. I'm saying what's like what got you started, and then you
Oh, yes.
end up on the side
Yes.
of documenting.
which is documenting out in nature, right?
Completely opposite.
Yeah, like the thing I want to make, if I ever get to actually make like Hollywood movies, they're gonna be like Die Hard.
They're gonna be like Die Hard.
Yeah.
Can I be the main character?
Yes.
Yes, I'm gonna be the fucking main
I want to make movies that are fun to go see. I don't want my politics in it. Your politics aren't in it. None of that's in there.
We're not gonna hire people on the color of their skin. We're gonna hire people for the best part of the job, the one that fits the best part. If the black guy's the better actor, he's the better actor.
If I say I want
He gets a job.
if I say I want a 30-something action hero, and I don't have a reason to pick a race,
Yeah, it
and
doesn't
I say
matter.
open race,
It could be fucking Indian. It
some
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's some great guy comes in there, Indian, and he's got the right 5 o'clock shadow. And when he says, you know, we gave him some lines to read, and when he says, I got to go to work this morning, and he gives it to me the right way, where I sincerely believe that he's hungover, and that like
Yes.
he's tired of dealing with these street scum, and he's a hard-boiled cop.
You just gotta.
The Indian guy will get the job. if some little Asian dude who's scrawny, guess what? We might rewrite the script a little bit to play into the fact that this guy is kind of unexpected,
Yeah.
hard-boiled
But at the same time,
cop.
we do not care
I don't care.
as long as you're the best person for the part.
Yes.
I'm not going to hire
Sometimes it will
somebody that's because it's socially correct because they fit the scheme.
Sometimes the script will specify some stuff like that, but generally, yeah.
But yeah, say you're making a movie in fucking Chinatown, you need fucking Asians.
Yeah.
It's like I'm watching fucking Warrior on Hulu right now. It's great. It's a kind of like a reenactment, which with quotations all over that fucking shit. Reenactment of Bruce Lee coming to America because apparently he joined a cult when he came in.
I hadn't heard that. Then he'd get. Like,
I was like, I don't know if that's true.
that's hilarious.
But anyways, it's guess what the main character is.
Hang on. It's Bruce Lee, right?
Yes.
The guy's playing Bruce Lee?
Yes.
A transgendered black woman?
yeah, you're right. Yeah, absolutely. It's a fucking Asian man.
It's Netflix. I'm just kind
It's not Netflix.
Oh, never mind.
HBO.
Then it's Asian man.
Yeah, it's
I'm just dunking on Netflix for
Netflix
having made some very bizarre choices.
Dude, Disney is getting...
They're getting there?
No, they're getting extremely political in the racism part.
Well, no, they're taking so much crap for
with the
Gina
fucking
Carano
new show.
part.
No, with the new... They're trying to hire her back now.
Disney is?
Yes.
Fuck them. But David Wire hired Gina Carano.
You damn right.
Ben Shapiro.
America.
Ben Shapiro.
Fucking
Jewish
amazing
man.
Jew.
Jewish man says to her, "You want a leading role?"
No, you want to direct and write your own story?
Oh, yeah. She's going to
main actress, director,
she's going
and
to get
everything.
a lead, a director's credit, and a writer's credit. And then Disney says, "Hey, we can give you more screen time." And Gina Carano, God bless her soul.
Fuck you.
Because she's a principled person.
She is.
And she's like...
Have you listened to the Sunday special with her on it?
I haven't seen the... I think I may have seen it.
Yeah, she was, like, legitimately, you could tell, like, what kind of person she was. She was in tears. Almost.
But her thing is, like, even if Disney tried to buy her off at this point in time, they fucked up because she's an angry woman at this point in time.
And she can beat your ass. She
beat
beat my ass. She beat his ass.
Yes.
She beat all of our asses.
She's an angry woman at this point in time who is making this about... She's making a point.
She is.
She's going full Joker. It's not about the money.
And it's not about, like, she never said any... Like, I went to a homeowner's house, right? When I was still at Barefoot. And he had Star Wars shit around his house. He had fucking Dragon Ball Z shit around his house. It was awesome. It's a fucking awesome house. I was like, dude, I love your collection. And I was kind of probing a little bit. I wasn't going to be a dick because I couldn't be in Barefoot and everything. Couldn't
Company man.
Yeah, I had to represent the company. Couldn't represent me because I wanted to tell him to fuck you and your fucking beliefs. But I didn't do that because he pissed me off. But I was like, yeah, it kind of sucks that they fired Gina Carano. She was really good in the Mandalorian series. He was like, well, they fired her for a good reason. I was like, what?
You mean...
No, hold on.
Speaking out against the Holocaust?
Hold on. I go, well, I didn't really read anything what she said. What she said that was so bad? It's like, oh, she basically said that the directors at Disney that were basically Nazi soldiers and acting like Hitler. That's not, and I didn't say a thing because I already knew that was wrong. That's not what she said. She didn't say anything about the people in Disney. Not once did she say anything about them. She said society.
Yes, it was about
and what was going on and how things are being manipulated. She never once said anything about Disney. Not once. You can argue, no, not in those tweets that she got fired over.
No, I'm saying her statement was actually a relatively clever or a very good observation.
Yes,
that the Nazis
but at the same time, where Ben Shapiro says he does not like Holocaust references or comparisons, and he says, but everything that she said, him being Jewish, which is supposed to be the only people that's supposed to get offended over this, unless you're white Karen on the fucking corner. Yeah. And get offended over any fucking thing, where he wasn't offended by it. Because she wasn't saying anything disrespectful about the Jews.
What she was...
Or the Nazis.
Her point was... Her point was actually quite a good point, which was the Nazis could not have existed without public support. One. Second off, the Nazis could not have existed without public collusion.
Where they turn your neighbor against each other.
Yes. The Nazis would have been nothing if the public would not have not only let them do what they were doing, but supported their actions and been proactive in their support. So, when the government comes out against a group of people, whatever group of people that is, even if those are bad people, the only way you can crush a large group of people is with that public collusion.
And public support.
And proactive public support. And she was like, hey, don't turn on your neighbor. Like,
that's all she said.
Like, basically, like, disagree, but, like, don't sell out and attack your neighbors because of differences in belief. Like,
differences in opinion. Period.
Yeah, maintain community. And she did it in pretty strong words and pretty strong tweets.
Not that strong. I've seen way worse.
She showed some imagery that was strong. It was strong.
Well, and also that's one thing that she said too, because apparently one of the things that she used, like the images wise, that she used were sensitive pictures have a different meaning behind them because of what they'd already had context attached to them originally.
I didn't actually know about that, what she showed, so I actually learned something from that. And I'm a pretty big history guy. I didn't know that...
yeah, because Ben Shapiro did.
I didn't know about the specific events.
Ben Shapiro did. He knew exactly where those pictures were from, Jewish-wise, and relation to all that noise. And I didn't either. And it was like, well, that image is originally connected to this. That's probably why a lot of people got upset. And it's especially the Jewish community, because most of the people in the Jewish community that you talk to weren't really upset about it because they knew. And I think you just threw up on my bed.
I think you just threw up on your bed.
Yeah, I think so too.
Get down! So, I think their firing of her was wrong. It was the wrong move. Especially considering, as was pointed out, other actors in Disney have taken strong political views on other things and used similar imagery in tweets. Comparing
also,
people to,
fucking Mandalorian.
Yeah,
what was that dude's name?
The lead actor had done something very similar. That's what I was referring to.
But his picture that he posted of the people being held in cages is from Obama's era.
Yep.
It wasn't even from Trump's era.
That is a very famous set of images that went around under the wrong names and the wrong images, which
wasn't even like it got named differently, and he saw it and he didn't like it, so he posted it. Which it happens all the time.
That record has never been corrected.
No.
For a lot of people who sent that specific set of imagery out, it does show a political bias on the part of Disney.
It does, and that's.
And here's the crazy thing: NBA, NFL, both of these guys are starting to realize that their viewership now has dropped more as a result of their response to political pressures the past few years than what was estimated for having not taken these actions.
Yeah.
So right now the NFL is going, maybe we turn halftime back into salute the troops. You know, we turn back into 1990s, early 2000s.
Which would be great.
Let sports be like, hey, we're going to play sports. And not only are we going to play sports, but every time we get a break and we have some time to waste, we're going to be patriotic as shit. People love that stuff.
And we're not going to fucking be political. We play sports.
Well, being patriotic is a little bit political. But like people prefer patriotic to...
I prefer patriotic to political. Patriotic isn't necessarily political. Just because you're patriotic doesn't make you a Republican, doesn't make you a Democrat.
Part of being political, or part of being patriotic, is the acknowledgement of the American system that permits freedom of expression and freedom to have...
And freedom of speech.
Freedom to believe the shit that you believe and not
Why
So,
do
yes,
you
you
think
can be
there's
patient
people
on-
on fucking YouTube that believe in fucking flat Earth like this motherfucker? Don't you fucking start. I will punch you square in the mouth. You fucking...
It's flat. It's flat. Look, I have proof. It's flat.
I'm gonna break your wrist. I'm sorry.
Space is fake. We've never been there.
We've been there a couple times.
Ask Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin was in the fucking moon, you dipshit. He believes in aliens.
Buzz Aldrin was on the set.
No, he's on the set because when they brought the film back in from space, it fucking destroyed it.
Why don't we have the footage from the first moon landing? Huh?
Because their technology was shit back then.
No. They wrote over the footage. They threw it. They destroyed it. They fucked it up. That's actually true. We don't have.
I think they fucked it up on re-entry.
No. Like they had it for a few years.
That's bad, dude.
They knew they had it for a few years and they lost it because they didn't store it correctly.
You didn't store it correctly.
I did.
So let's say, getting back on the topic of filming. No, what are you doing? It's on the side, dumb shit.
I'm putting it in the bottom.
Punch you in the dick.
No, I'm like now you've said it. Now I've got to put it into the bottom. I don't hit my dick.
I'm not. I'm taking your hat.
Why is it?
Jesus Christ, you got a huge fucking head.
You didn't know?
What the hell's the matter with your head? Why is your head this much bigger than mine? I want to do a comparison. Is he that much smarter than me?
It's just swollen, man. That's just water.
That's just hair.
No, my head is fucking massive no matter what.
Putting your name.
I got a Barry Bonds head.
I don't know, but I think I make this hat look better than you. So eat a dick.
Oh, that's the wrong charger. That's my problem.
It's on the side, dipshit.
No, there, right there.
Yeah,
This is not the right charger. What I had.
this it is. This is the only charger there.
The white one. It's not the right
No,
charger.
that's not plugged in, dumbass.
That's what I said. It's not the right charger.
There's only one thing plugged in, Steven.
Okay, what color?
Go. It's white. It's flat.
Like the Earth.
Oh my god. I want to hurt him.
Found it.
So getting back on the topic of filming, though.
Yes.
So since you're getting all this great experience in filming and shit, so actually, what other since the first film that we made,
Okay, Backfist.
Backfist, what is something that you've learned since then, film wise, not like film, like literally film wise, capturing wise? What's something new that you've learned, technique that you want to try out that we could do for Backfist 2?
Mostly planning. Plan. That's
Okay.
really the story.
So the storyline.
No. Like,
But like I'm
planning
talking about
shots.
like quality wise too, because we got to like bring this into the 21st century.
Really, it is-
So
so filming is, if you know it, you kind of know it, but like it's about sharpening.
yes,
So plan your shots. The way most YouTubers do it is they overshoot, and overshooting is a method you can use, and it kind of is used in film to some degree, so you have room in editing, but I think that I would just want to plan it out better, have shots planned. Of course, part of the reason we didn't have shots planned was because
we did it on the fly.
we didn't have we didn't have somebody to operate a camera. We would set up the camera, we would run in front of it, and then we would act, and then we'd run back behind the camera.
Yep. Look, redo, reshoot.
We were literally.
I really wish you had that blooper reel. Me kicking you.
That was. I thought our friendship was over.
No, you did not.
You
You told me to kick you, so I kicked you.
for the first couple seconds, when you hit me way harder than I was expecting, I was fucking done with you for a few seconds there.
No, you were not.
For a few seconds, I was done
You're
with
full
you.
of shit. You'd never be done with me. Shoot. I feel like it's gonna be like my new catchphrase.
I learned that I learned that I'm a better filmmaker than most of my
Classmates.
classmates.
Yeah.
I was made the lighting guy on my last project,
Yeah.
and I ended up making a lot of creative decisions because they didn't understand certain elements of how to flavor the film.
Okay.
They didn't understand quite how to to create tone. They knew how to take the subject which you want to see, point the camera at that subject,
Yeah.
hit record, and that was it. They didn't understand the filmmaking art of
Visual.
knowing how to encode additional information into a shot, thematic information.
Yeah, with the actual shot
Yes.
instead of just the story, the
We have this,
context around the story.
we have this one shot. It was a dolly Ford, so it's on a. It's actually not a dolly. It was a track Ford technically. And the only difference between that is how you move the camera forward. It's the mechanical process of how you move it forward. So we were tracking forward with a pan and tilt. Track forward, pan and tilt. Track for the beginning of the shot, the camera starts the pan and tilt, stops, finishes the pan and tilt. And I said, essentially what we need to do is take out the stop at the end of the shot. Actually, I planned the whole shot, and they kept thinking that I wanted to go forward, do the stop, and then the pan and tilt. Well, no, you are camera's rolling forward, and we're panning and tilting while it's coming forward, and that's where the cut will come in editing.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you're seeing as it turns is you're seeing the reveal as it comes down, and you're not actually seeing the full reveal. You're seeing a little bit of information. There was supposed to be a cat on the ground here. And we couldn't get the cat to sit still. And I had been a big advocate before we even started shooting to take the cat out of the film entirely.
Yeah.
It was a totally black cat. So we made a fake cat, which was it's like a beanbag. It was what it was. A beanbag with a little bit of black what are those things that girls wear sometimes? Like fluffy black fabric is what it was. So it looked like a tail. And so what we're going to do is there's a post in this kitchen. And that post is going to, as we come up in the frame, it's going to cut off the side of the frame. And that will restrict us. That will restrict our view. So as we're tilting, it's going to literally wipe the screen from about there to there. And then you're going to use that post to match your wipe. And about right here, we're going to see that dummy cat. If the cat's on screen long enough to actually see it, you'll know it's a dummy. And that's where we would cut into the close-up of the cat just sitting on the ground where we were throwing treats to it. And getting it to sit still for a second.
Yeah.
So we were throwing treats to the cat where one of the other people were throwing treats to it to get it to sit still. And they couldn't quite understand the concept of you can't see the dummy for more than a frame or two. But if it's kind of like the right shape and it's like a black mask with like a tail shape off of it,
Yeah.
and then we immediately go to a close-up, your brain reads that the original image was a cat, even though it wasn't. And that was a little bit hard to communicate. I did some stuff with the lighting, and I did some special effects on that one that I really improved, I think, the final product. I objected to some of the stuff they did, but it's a four-person thing, and you can't run the whole ship. So I objected. I'm like, I don't think that's going to play right, or we're going to have some difficulty in editing that. Most of what I said came to be true. I was surprised by some of the stuff that worked out better than I thought it would. We used a clip from The Office, which I was not in love with. But I actually found a use for it in editing.
Did you edit the whole thing?
Yeah, we all had to edit it.
We all had to edit it?
Produce our own edit. We all had to produce 2 edits of it. So it was a lot of, but I think it came out okay. But yeah, I think honestly, I think these people are maybe technically good. They might be conceptually good, but nobody's really tying that together and being thematically good.
Yeah. So, with the whole story of Backfist 2, I want to go deeper with it. I want to make it a little bit more, like, kind of gripping.
Okay.
When you watch it, I want it to feel a little bit more emotional.
It's your story. It's your character story.
It's our story.
No, it's your character story. Insofar as
From being betrayed and everything.
You were the one who's had a bad situation. I am watching the story, and maybe you and I are forming somewhat of a relationship here. But
And I want to look like I'd just been dumped by my like high school sweetheart. I want to look tattered. I want to look beaten. I want to look like I've been
You're
living
mad.
in. I want to look like I've been living in a fucking trailer for the past 20 fucking
that
40
changes the
fucking
story though, because you got mad and you've gotten even. The story is
Yeah, no, but I want to look like it's taken me some time to figure out, like, and I wasn't worried about, like, my hygiene. I wasn't worried about looking how I want to look. I want to look fucking rough.
That's weird because the only reason that doesn't 100% work is because that's part of my character's cover, or my character's also general demeanor, is that, again, we're both sort of similar characters in the sense that in
Yes.
the story, we're both these sort of, like, strongman, like, professionals, like, security guys who
Professional hitman.
well, not necessarily. Again, strong arm. So we'll beat people up or just generally intimidate that kind of
Yes.
stuff. So the thing about my character is he's literally done that. He was told to take the briefcase and wait,
Yeah.
and not to make himself visible. So when the story opens, my character literally has been in something like a long-term stay hotel.
Yeah, but I want to look like I've been searching for.
No, you knew where they fucking were. That's the problem.
No, I'm searching for something because I don't know, because after they tried to burn me, they moved.
At the beginning of the story, you've been planning.
I want to open up in a warehouse.
No, at the beginning of the
In a
story.
warehouse.
At the beginning of the
Because
story.
we have one of those.
At the beginning of the story,
I open up in a warehouse.
You've been planning. We have to use for that. Space.
That's what I'm saying. Like planning. I want to look like I've been planning for a
Let me
while
say-
and looking
At
rough.
the beginning of the story, you've been planning, but when my character encounters your character, you're hot on the tail of
But it's taken me a while.
yeah.
That's what I wanted. That's what I'm saying. I want to be like, look like I'm worn out. Like I've been fucking drugged through the mud.
That's fine. That can work. But what we can't both be is kind of gross at the beginning.
Yes, we can. Because it's going to be like alright, we got a plan. I'm getting myself fucking together. And then we do like, whoosh.
Because my character kind of takes on like a Terminator vibe at the beginning. Of like, he doesn't eat, he doesn't sleep, he doesn't feel. So I'm literally just like sitting
Whereas
there.
mine takes in more of a fucking Rambo vibe.
Well, the thing is like, my character at the beginning of it is like, has kind of trashed this apartment because he's not leaving it a lot. Like, because like, even going away for like 5 minutes to shit, shower, shave
Yeah.
is kind of like, he can only think about that as times where he is not just sitting there on this fucking egg.
Yeah, but I ain't going to be fucking pristine either.
Well, no, you're not going to be pristine, but this guy is like...
I'm going to be completely consumed by this.
He's like a fucking hen sitting on an egg, and we can't both be gross. Like,
Yes, we can.
You can't know. The themes have to clash to some degree.
Yeah, but you're staying in a fucking 5-star hotel where I'm in the fucking slums.
I'm not in a 5-star hotel.
Yes, you are.
I am in a hotel that you wouldn't look in. I am in a hotel that is...
You're in a hotel
Scary.
that's nicer than where I've been because I've been burned. So I have no
Okay.
finances.
Okay.
I have no money.
You were burned, but you're John Wick. You're like a John Wick character. You still got your
John
money.
Wick didn't look good,
He still had his gold in his basement. And he could always...
but he looked rough as hell. Like he just got fucked up.
Okay, but you're John Wicking it in the sense that you have the money to get what you need.
But I'm not going to go out for a fucking haircut, or I'm not going to worry about fucking shaving. I'm going to be completely consumed by this fucking revenge.
No. Here's where I see the difference in your character and how you see your character. Is I see your character as a samurai preparing for death. Which means you get the shave, you get the shower, you burn the incense around your clothes.
No.
Because what you're doing now...
No, because I see mine as more of revenge.
No, see, your character...
Not samurai, I'm going to commit suicide
No.
voluntarily.
Your character has already seen themselves, has already been pronounced dead by the people who he used to care about.
Yeah.
So he, in a way,
That's why it's coming
acknowledged-
back from the dead.
So again, what my metaphor is, he has acknowledged his own death, and in his way has prepared himself like a body for the funeral. So in a certain
I
way,
say I do that after I meet you, because I'm in a
No,
listen.
Okay, go ahead.
Give me a minute. So what I'm saying is I'm in a fucking rut until I meet you, until I run into your character, which your character gives me the final clue to the puzzle that I've been fucking searching for,
which is
trying to find the fucking boss so I can kill him.
no.
Because he's been moving around.
No, so here's the thing: was when I meet you, you convince me from a
Exactly.
purely business perspective that I will be stabbed in the back too.
You will.
Right, and I will.
Yes.
As far as, but my thing is at the beginning, as part of your planning and preparation.
I'm going into war. I'm not going to look pretty.
No, as part of your preparation for war, like a samurai.
No.
You have.
No.
If you come out of this,
No.
Listen to me. If you come out of this at the end of the alive,
No.
that is an exceptional situation.
Yes, that is an exceptional situation because I am planning to die.
You're perfectly willing to die for this.
Yes, because it was my life.
And
I gave everything to it.
That is why you have prepared yourself in a, you may have been messed up before that point.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to say it's
okay.
I wanted to say the messed up point is when I meet you after I'm fucking everybody up.
I'll meet you in the middle here. Okay. So we can add this in as a flashback at some point in time.
Well, I wanted to do more like because
Until the morning
hold on.
Okay.
It's like so I wanted to edit in more like because I had just been stabbed in the back by the one person that I trusted more than anything.
Yes.
That I was willing to break the law for.
Yes.
I was willing to do evil shit for. I was willing to kill for them. I was willing to die for them. I was willing to do everything for them. So if you don't think that's going to have an emotional toll on the mental state where it brings that person to completely not think about their self-care whatsoever, how does that not reflect in their image?
What I'm saying here is, hear me out. So you were disheveled up until the point where you decide to actually set out on your mission of revenge. As a part of your preparation for that revenge, you get cleaned up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You were literally.
Yeah.
You were literally putting on your death makeup.
That's what I'm saying. Like you got to add that.
Yes. So yes, you were in
that whole just me. I literally just saw flash clips, short clips of me just sitting here just like this, drinking, and then like smashing a bottle.
Meeting.
Fuck!
When you realize, when your character has that realization, like you said, that I might represent access.
Yes.
To your actual result. That's where your death makeup starts to come off.
Yes.
Because you realize, oh, there's a way I can play this where I can survive this. Like, you kind of realize that there's a potential that you don't just come out of this getting even, you come out of this on top.
Yep.
And that's where your demeanor changes from, this death march. Like, you are going to beat up his goons until one of them kills him.
Yep.
Or you kill him. And when you kill him, that's it. There's nothing left.
Yeah.
When I come in, I'm like, by the way, I have the keys to the castle. And here's that briefcase you took off of you. You're like, that's got to be the most important thing here. And now, no, I don't just have the ability to kill my boss. I have leverage.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying about the warehouse and fighting the people and just looking like I was fucking ran dirty and put up wet.
Yes. That is before, when you actually go to the warehouse, though, you are going to be in your John Wick suit.
I don't have a
shape.
suit.
Well, you know what I mean. I don't mean literally a suit. You're like, you all are prepared. You have made yourself appropriate for death, which is you've prepared to
meet my maker.
Yes, you have literally
prepared for war,
cleaned yourself up, and it's like, okay. And then, so the whole thing is when Brandanowitz, if we get him back, that was the overall boss, who's slightly confused and not that bad of a guy.
Yeah.
Just like,
I just like Japanese
I could have made more money this way. You son of a bitch.
I feel
You
like
killed my father. I
feel
didn't know
like
your father.
I feel like Adam would be like the perfect like. I don't care who wins, just whoever comes out on top gets the deal. Flicks a cigarette.
Well, yeah, that's more or less it.
Yeah, that's Adam. That's
is
Adam.
that they've no. Adam's the one who crossed you though.
No, Adam's not the one who crossed me. Zach's the one who crossed me.
Zach's the one who crossed you. Sorry. Wait, Adam's the because you kind of
handsome country-looking motherfucker.
you kind of cast this movie
So look,
a little bit outside.
a little bit. Brandon's the main boss who was like,
I just like Japanese.
wait, no, hold on. He's gonna be sitting there like this. He's gonna be sitting there like this in a dark room where you can't see his fucking face. He's gonna be like, oh, come on here. Come to me, dog.
Korean, but yeah,
It's the same difference.
It's funny either way.
It's hilarious. And then finally, when we like confront him, we're about to kill him. Like, yo, hold on! I just really like Japanese shit. It's like a gay fucking country boy. We have to do it like that, where it's like so intense up until that point.
You get the idea, like people
Yes.
are coming in and like there's like the torches behind him.
Yes.
Like, people like bowing and like yes. Anything.
And then like, he doesn't have to do the Japanese thing, but he can do the deep voice thing where he's like, "You will find them, and you will dispose of them."
I do remember that.
Yeah, absolutely. But I want to like be like where we get to the point where he's like speaking in like back rooms where he's speaking Japanese or some shit, where we find something where he can say like,
We bring up the lights
Yeah.
in the room and he has learned Japanese in 5 easy steps.
no, just something like where he's like talking to some other like actual Japanese person, where he's just like, and they're just like going back and forth, like, and they're like, there's something like that, and then like, hold on.
We've confused them. They don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. But they're like, and then finally, like, we catch him, and he's just like, I just really like Japanese shit. I'm sorry. I did
We don't have to make him gay.
did I make you mad? I'm so sorry.
We don't have to make him gay.
But it'd be so much funnier. It'd be so much funnier, you know it.
I think just being a goofy redneck.
Exactly.
Not a gay goofy redneck.
No, because a goofy redneck wouldn't go for that.
No, a goofy redneck would. Look at us watching anime.
We're not goofy
Dingus.
rednecks.
We are. Hey boys, I'm in film school. I'm gonna film me going hunting some hogs.
That's not
I'm
fucking
a goofy
redneck.
fucking redneck.
No.
Watching.
Would you
My Hero
ever
Academia
fucking
with
be
you.
like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
No,
like, this is
I'm not
real
a gay
life.
Goofy redneck.
Exactly, this is real life.
I'm a goofy redneck, not a gay goofy redneck.
You gotta think
That's
real
different.
life. So if he was goofy and gay, that would be even better.
Okay, it is a plus.
Exactly.
I'm not sure we need to cross that line.
I think we do.
Maybe.
I think it's necessary.
Okay, you give me two great ideas because you've moved me forward twice on scenes that I need. One is what your character was doing between the times because I know what my character was doing, which is literally sitting there eating canned beans and sardines. Literally, like he does not give a shit. Like he's just like staring at a window, being like, "Someone's coming in the next 5 seconds." Just like
Ready to go at all times.
like no blinking, like Drax the Destroyer, just like keeping his eyes on that fucking door while he's eating his fucking.
No, he's like, I have mastered the art of being invisible. I'm moving so slow, it's invisible to the naked eye.
The guy's funny. The guy can act.
He's fucking hilarious. He is one of my favorite actors already, and he hasn't even been acting that long. I feel like he's going to be bigger than Dwayne Johnson.
He's been acting the entire time he was wrestling.
What? Obviously,
Let's
I'm
be
talking
clear.
about movies.
Let's be clear. All of those guys are acting. They're great.
Yeah, they're great.
They know what they're
They
doing.
put on a fucking show. They do. Stone Cold Steve Austin Goldberg put on a fucking show. Undertaker absolutely put on a fucking show.
Does he act much though? He's done a little bit.
No. He doesn't do anything.
He's done a little bit. But
He's so fucking beaten from WWE. His body is destroyed.
what sucks about that guy?
Dude, he was on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I saw him. What sucks about that guy is he's like John Cena, but he was just.
He makes John Cena look like a little bitch.
No, but he's like John Cena, but he was never the face.
Have you ever seen how big he is compared to John Cena?
No, I know he's big. But what I'm saying is, as far as
his demeanor makes John Cena look like a little child.
when you get made a character in wrestling, right?
Yes.
You can end up staying that character.
And he
The
did.
thing about the Undertaker was he was never a heel. Well, he was a heel at some point.
Yes, he was. He was. Fucking Vince McMahon called him and gave him that name. You know how he called him?
I saw the thing.
Yeah, but you know how he introduced that name to him?
No, I don't remember that.
He literally called him and goes, "Am I speaking to the Undertaker?" And he goes, "Who the fuck is the Undertaker? What the fuck are you talking about?" And he goes, "Yes, you're speaking to the Undertaker."
So
and that is how he got his
what
name.
I'm saying though is,
That's crazy.
what I'm saying though is the Undertaker. John Cena's a face. You know what a face is in wrestling?
Yes, John Cena is a pretty boy. He's
No.
a face.
It means a hero,
Yes.
and heels are villains.
Yep.
Undertaker's somewhere in between.
No, Undertaker is a hero villain. He's an anti-hero.
Well, somewhat, right? Like Undertaker was always kind of like the face of
Darkness.
literally death. Like
Yeah.
the imagery of death as sort of a symbol of justice.
What was his brother? Undertaker and Kane. Yeah, Kane.
That's the only thing I can think about when I look at that. Though.
Yeah,
I was thinking about
but-
Undertaker when I look at him. Anyways, the point being is that Undertaker's character could never be as big as John Cena's character. But he's almost as big. But
I think he's bigger because he's fucking.
undefeated at WrestleMania.
He's literally the OG of the sport.
No.
Now, yeah, he is.
He is one of the older guys from.
He's one of the OGs now. He's
Because
considered an OG.
You got to
now.
remember, professional wrestling goes back.
Yes, I know it goes back, but he's one of our OGs, not one of the original.
Yes, he was a guy that if you
But
grew
he's
up
one
watching,
of our OGs.
if you grew up watching professional wrestling, you do not remember a time where you didn't have the Undertaker on.
Exactly. You do
I
not-
remember
there,
a time-
there wasn't a time.
I remember a time before John Cena
Yeah, I do.
where it was Hogan,
Yeah.
a little bit of the end of Hogan, a little bit of Flair, where they were
Old
still
Ric Flair was the fucking boss.
they were getting old. They were getting old when we were there.
they were old.
And John Cena was kind of this guy who was kind of weird when he started. I remember I didn't like John Cena's era when they started
don't-
changing out.
Necessarily even really like John Cena that much. I like his acting.
You mean the wrestler? You don't like John Cena?
Yes, I like his acting in movies.
I don't like the wrestler either. I don't like the character.
I don't like the character. I'm still not a big fan of his character. I like him as an actor.
He's
I
kinda
like
like
him as more of that Marine-ish style person. Like that was.
Isn't-
There's a couple movies that he's in.
I never saw The Wall.
The Wall was good.
Was it?
It was
It
good.
actually came out to be good.
Yeah, it was intense.
It looked good.
It made you feel like
Trapped.
yes,
Which-
claustrophobic almost, even though you weren't trapped underneath anything. But claustrophobic as in you couldn't move or you were dead. And it was a good movie. It was really good. But
Yeah, I think isn't John Cena kind of like the urban punky kind of? That's kind of what I think about when I think about his professional wrestling.
Cena.
That's kind of what I think about when I think about his professional wrestling character. It's just kind of like
It's so stupid.
he appeals to a very different demographic than what I follow.
Yeah. I was more of a Stone Cold Steve Austin Goldberg kind of guy. I mean, I liked The Rock. He was all right. But I was more of a Stone Cold guy. I used to like Stone Cold more than I liked Dwayne.
He was big. Like he was, but right, like that was like rebelliousness.
Yes.
Like that. There's not a lot of straight faces in wrestling, like pure good guys, because pure good guys aren't fun.
No.
But I kind of like I like a lot of the Mexican wrestlers. I like a lot of.
I know what that face means.
Shall we shut up?
What the fuck is that?
That's Sophie's throw up.
I think that's the end of the podcast.
I
What
think
that is.
so. We got into wrestling after fucking talking about hunting and filming. Alright, move, buddy. Our mascot came in for the last bit of the show. We basically recorded a 2-hour podcast.
2 hours ain't bad.
Yeah, 2 hours ain't bad.
You want to say goodbye?
Go ahead and grab that charger and vape out there right next to you, and we'll go ahead and end this bitch.
I told him it was done in an hour.
We was. Well, we it's a podcast. We keep talking.
Sorry, Kimmy.
I fell asleep in the chair. And then they start fucking arguing with that damn movie.
Oh, Evan and your dad. Yeah, I knew it.
Say
We're arguing
goodbye.
about Kong versus Godzilla.
Are they rewatching it?
Yes,
Should've won.
Kong should have won. Kong did win. Kong won the fucking battle.
Don't.
He didn't.
You mother.
He didn't, but he did. So he did win,
It's like the damn third time I ever watched that shit.
babe. He did win,
That's when he got hella.
babe. Look, he did win.
Now I'm confused.
Exactly. You're supposed
Perfect.
to be. That's the point. Well, this has been Average Joe's for you. We guys still gotta fucking change the name so you can find this fucking podcast. I was thinking, did you watch the one with me and Kimberly where we decided names?
No, I didn't.
You've been on the podcast more than anybody else, and you can't even watch the fucking episode.
Was that?
You heard me,
I heard it.
motherfucker.
I'm sure I'll watch it soon.
You better.
I'll watch it immediately.
Yeah, it's 8 minutes. You better fucking watch
It's
it.
8 minutes.
Yes,
That is
It's-
humorous.
easily watchable.
I can consume that tonight.
Alright, well, we're about to do a fusion ha. So we'll see you back, guys, on the next episode of Average Joe's or whatever the fuck we're calling this shit. Fusion!